Hi there, and thank you for watching my presentation. My name's Dianne Greenwood, and I'm one of the directors of the DCBN, the Domestic Cleaning Business Network, which is a training and support organisation for cleaning business owners in the UK and beyond. And I'm going to be discussing profit and lifestyle in this presentation, probably my two favourite topics in one, because I am passionate about helping others build great businesses, whether that's with a team or as a solo cleaner. But I'm also passionate that it shouldn't be at the expense of everything else. The whole reason I started my cleaning business in the first place was because my father passed away suddenly and unexpectedly in 2007 at the age of just 66. In the UK, the retirement age for him was 65. So for him to only make it to 66 was a real wake-up call for me that I was busy building someone else's business, and if I didn't make a change, I could live with major regrets. So it became my mission to take control of my future and build something of my own. So since April 2008, I've been building businesses and a life that I absolutely love. I haven't loved every minute of the journey, but I've grown, laughed, cried, challenged myself, worked with some amazing people, and now I run my UK cleaning business remotely from France, have built a property portfolio that meant my husband could retire at just 52, carried out 23 property developments, including converting a commercial building into flats and shops, built and sold a specialist letting agency, and I am one of the founders and a director of the DCBN, a membership organisation set up for the cleaning industry to support and train cleaning business owners. In 2020, I not only moved to France permanently, but I also started offering one-to-one coaching services to other cleaning business owners via the Cleaning Business Coach brand. And I'm also co-host of a weekly podcast, Confessions of a Cleaning Business Owner, which has over 3,000 listeners every month. And last year, having sold the letting agency, I downsized my work diary a little so that I now only work part-time and can spend more time by the pool and with my lovely husband, Mark. And this is our dream house in France. We also bought a 2-bedroom park home on a holiday site in North Yorkshire as our base in the UK, but we spend 90% of our time in France now. We're French residents, and I run the cleaning business and the DCBN completely remotely. So apart from a few trips back to catch up with friends, family, and show my face in the office, and for DCBN events, I don't go back to the UK very much at all. I am genuinely in love with our French home and life, and I feel so fortunate that we have a beautiful home that I can now share with family and friends, and we usually have a completely full diary of visitors throughout the summer months and at Christmas, so I absolutely love it. And I wanted to share a little of my story at the start of this presentation, just so you'll know that this stuff actually works. So let's get started. Well, firstly, I want to talk about success and what that means, because although financial success can be a key motivator for many business owners, true success also includes personal fulfillment and work-life balance. The idea that you must choose between profit and personal well-being is too big a sacrifice, in my opinion. Now, I get that sometimes we work too hard and we have to make short-term sacrifices, but it's important to be working towards a better, more sustainable work-life balance. And actually, businesses that are built whilst focusing on this balance often perform better in the long term because we as business owners are more energized and motivated. Because a sustainable business thrives when its leader is clear-headed, focused, and able to express creativity. The more balanced you are, the better your decisions and the greater your ability to look after your clients, lead your team, and grow the business. So in this presentation, I'm going to focus on how you can be successful in business, but also have a life that really fulfills you. But first, meet Katie. 35 years old, married to John, and mum to twin boys aged 5. Katie decided to start her own cleaning business because, after giving up her office job when the twins were born, she'd struggled to find another job that fit around her young family as well as she thought cleaning would. She was excited by the prospect of being her own boss, creating a flexible schedule and building a thriving business. She'd always enjoyed cleaning her own home and believed that her meticulousness and attention to detail would set her apart from other cleaning services. At the start, Katie was highly motivated. She spent weeks researching how to start a business, learning about local regulations and designing flyers. With a small investment in supplies and marketing, she quickly secured her first few clients. She worked hard, often late into the night, perfecting her techniques and building strong relationships with her clients. Katie loved the positive feedback she was getting, and her business started growing faster than she expected. Her enthusiasm was infectious. She took pride in every job, often going above and beyond to deliver exceptional service, which resulted in glowing testimonials and lots of referrals. As her business grew, Katie found herself juggling more and more responsibilities. She was now not only cleaning homes, but also managing customer inquiries, scheduling appointments, handling invoices, purchasing supplies, and dealing with complaints or rescheduling issues. Soon, Katie found herself overwhelmed. She tried to recruit help, but training new staff while still managing all the other aspects of the business became difficult. She noticed that the new cleaners didn't meet her high standards, and she often had to redo their work, adding to her workload. As her business expanded, so did the operational complexity, which started to wear her down. Katie suddenly found herself working 60-plus hour weeks, with no time for family or personal life. What started as a way to create more flexibility around the family turned into a never-ending cycle of work. She was constantly calling on grandparents to help with the school run or using the after-school club, and the school holidays were a juggling nightmare. She was rarely home to read the twins a story at bedtime anymore, and it was causing arguments with her husband, John. As the business grew, maintaining the quality of service became harder. Katie had trouble delegating effectively, and the standards that had made her business successful began to slip. Despite her efforts, Katie realized that while her revenue was increasing, her profits were not. Unexpected expenses, underpriced services, and inconsistent cash flow meant she was constantly worrying about money. Constant pressure to meet client expectations, manage staff, and grow the business left Katie feeling exhausted. She started to dread each day, and the passion she once had for her business disappeared. Her health began to suffer as well, with sleepless nights and anxiety taking a toll. Eventually, she hit breaking point. She realized she couldn't keep going at this pace and considered closing the business altogether. Can you relate to Katie? I know I definitely can at times. That initial enthusiasm and hard work that helped you grow, it can lead to burnout without the right systems in place. This is such a common story in our industry, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this presentation, to help you find a better way. So, is there a better way? Well, maybe some restructuring is needed to make your business more efficient and to give you some time back. So let's look at some of the biggest time stealers we all have as cleaning business owners. It's a big list, isn't it? And there might be even more to add. Handling payroll, invoicing, tax paperwork, and general bookkeeping. Inefficient scheduling and route planning can lead to wasted time traveling between jobs, last-minute changes, and double-booked or even missed appointments. Last-minute cancellations or changes to the schedule can be a real time stealer on a daily basis. Finding the right staff to start with and then training them is really time consuming, especially with potential high turnover rates we often have in our industry. Managing staff can be a significant time drain. Resolving conflicts, addressing performance issues, handling absenteeism, disciplinary issues, constantly fielding calls, texts and emails from clients for changes, complaints or new bookings, especially when they come out of normal office hours and at weekends. And if you're still involved in cleaning or overseeing every job, this can prevent growth and is guaranteed to damage your work-life balance. Keeping track of cloths, cleaning products and equipment, reordering supplies, managing equipment maintenance, That all eats into your time too. Maybe you're still personally inspecting for job quality, or you're handling complaints about cleaning standards. This can all take time away from higher level tasks like business growth and strategy. Maybe you're spending time finding new clients, managing social media. Just keeping your business visible can be a constant time drain without a proper strategy in place. Time spent getting new clients set up, explaining services and getting agreements in place can really drag on. Or maybe you're chasing late payments or dealing with clients who are slow to pay. That can absorb a lot of time too, especially if you don't have a clear payment policy in place. So a quick task for you now. Either grab a pen and paper or open a document on your phone or computer. I want you to take a few minutes now to write down 5 daily or weekly activities that take up too much of your time. Maybe it's the scheduling. Maybe it's recruitment, the admin, chasing payments, marketing, quality control, staff training. Whatever your top 5 time stealers are, I want you to write them down. And then leave this list to one side for now, because we'll come back to it in a minute or two. Now, let's look at ways to improve efficiency and maybe get rid of some of those time stealers. Firstly, simplify. Can you streamline your processes? Creating simple, repeatable procedures for routine tasks like scheduling, invoicing and communication. Whether it's templates or basic how-to guides, it can really speed things up. Creating standard operating procedures or SOPs for every task in your business, from how to onboard a new client to how each cleaning task should be performed, is a great way to simplify the business to its most basic level, which will long-term free up your time as you'll be able to delegate, but could also be a way of identifying ways to carry out tasks more efficiently, thus saving you time in the short term as well. Think of it as decluttering and organizing your business to work smarter, not harder. Perhaps you could write up a process for rescheduling that sets out the decision-making process for moving a client or juggling things around to fit. Maybe you could standardize your services a little so you're only offering a core set of services to reduce complexity and avoid the constant need for customization. Maybe you could simplify your training, as it could be causing overwhelm, but also relying on your time to deliver it, especially if you're doing it differently every time. For example, in our training, we have a 7-step cleaning system that applies to every single room, regardless of whether it's a kitchen, a lounge, or a bathroom. There are, of course, some complexities around it, but the basic outline is trainable on day 1, and we then build on it. Checklists can be really useful simplification tools to ensure consistency, but can also be really useful for quality checks and training, as well as the actual service delivery. Then, what can you eliminate? Are there some tasks you could cut out completely? Maybe things that don't actually contribute to business growth or to staff or customer satisfaction. Perhaps you could start just saying no to time-draining clients. Those last-minute cancellers, the late payers, the constant changers or complainers. Just take them out of the schedule. Problem solved. Same goes for staff that are constantly calling in sick. Can you just cut your losses and let them go? Or maybe trusting your staff with more responsibility and resisting the urge to oversee every single detail is a way to eliminate the time spent micromanaging your team. And what about automation? Do you have a CRM to oversee client management? What about scheduling software? Now, ZenMaid is amazing. We use it in my cleaning business and love it. So if you're not using anything yet, then I definitely recommend ZenMaid. And DCBN members get a discount for the first 3 months, so we love it even more for that. Maybe you could set up automated reminders that notify clients of appointments and send follow-up afterwards, plus automatic reminders for payments. Another bit of software I really love is DocFlight. We use it to tidy up and automate our paperwork processes, such as client onboarding, employee onboarding, and sending quotes out. Perhaps you could automate your payments with direct debits to reduce time chasing invoices and late payments. And look at AI. It's absolutely revolutionizing things at the moment from a customer service point of view, but you can automate all sorts of tasks using AI now. So that's definitely worth having a look at in terms of technology. But one thing to remember when you're going through this process is it's about preparing your business for long-term growth and sustainability. You don't need to simplify, eliminate, automate, and/or delegate everything right away. Aim for progress, not perfection. And finally, the one we often jump to first, but that I believe comes after you've nailed the other three, is delegation. If you hate or just aren't good at the admin, perhaps you could get some admin support to handle payroll, invoicing, etc. Whether it's employing someone or using a VA, this can be a real boost to your own productivity and can give you a huge chunk of your time back. Could you outsource your bookkeeping, for example? Perhaps you could train senior staff to manage training and/or quality checks to free up your time to focus on growth. Could you outsource your marketing, your social media posts? It's important that the things you delegate or outsource first are either the things you hate and are therefore most likely to put off that could affect the business, that are the biggest time stealers for you, or the things you just aren't good at. Now, many of us are reluctant to delegate because we fear losing control. But delegation done right strengthens the business, allows for more control over growth, and helps prevent burnout. It's about building trust and creating systems to ensure tasks are handled effectively, which is why I advise that you start with simplify, eliminate, and automate before jumping to delegate, as the first three prepare you for the last. Now, let's go back to your top 5 time stealers list. Which ones could you simplify, eliminate, automate, or delegate? Pop a letter next to each one now to signify each thing. So S for simplify, E for eliminate, and so on. Some of them might need more than one letter, but this is your starting list for what you need to start changing in your business to give you your time back, so you can focus on not just growing the business, but also getting some of your life back. So let's take a minute now to mark that list of 5 and what you're going to start changing by simplifying, eliminating, automating, or delegating. To check how well changes you make are working, you can keep an eye on some key areas that give you a good idea of your business's performance, key performance indicators or KPIs. First, look at employee performance. You can track feedback from clients and results from quality checks and also their attendance with a starting level and then regularly as you implement changes so you can see as things improve. Next, consider client satisfaction. Regularly gather feedback from your clients to understand how they feel about the quality of service they're receiving. Are they happy with the cleanliness, reliability, and professionalism of your staff? Happy clients tend to stay with your business longer and may even recommend you to others, which is a good sign your processes are effective. And response time to client requests is another important area. Clients expect quick answers when they have questions or issues. If your response time is fast, it shows that your processes are allowing you to handle client needs smoothly. Slow response times may indicate a bottleneck somewhere in your system that needs to be addressed. And finally, look at overall business profitability. This is the clearest indicator of whether your streamlined processes are leading to cost savings or improved efficiency. If you're seeing an increase in profits without having to work harder, it's a sign that things are running more efficiently. If profits aren't growing as expected, you might need to revisit certain processes to see where adjustments can be made. And by regularly reviewing these areas, you'll have a clear picture of how well your business is running and can make informed decisions about what to improve. In our DCBN member documents library, we have a downloadable monthly focus workbook, which is really useful to help you focus on changes you want to implement each month and keep you focused and moving forward. There's also a section on self-care and personal goals because it's not just about business, it's about you and that all-important work-life balance. So there's some efficiency and time freedom in place. The next step is aligning your business model with your personal and financial goals to ensure the business grows in a way that supports your lifestyle. Remember, this is about profit and lifestyle, you can have both. So I'm going to start by talking about some pricing pitfalls you should try and avoid. Now, many cleaning business owners set their prices based on what competitors are charging, leading to low margins, burnout, and difficulty building a long-term sustainable business. Now, I canvassed our huge Cleaners Support UK Facebook group. It's got about 40,000 members in there. And I canvassed them on how much they were charging per hour. Now, this is a British group, so this is in pounds, and the average in that group was £18.50 per hour. That's far too low to make a profit and have a life. Thankfully, when I canvassed our own much smaller members-only group, the average was over £24 an hour, much healthier. But if you price your service based on the competition alone, you might look at that 40,000 member group and think that £18.50 is the average amount that people are charging. And it would be tempting then to think that £24 an hour or more is way too expensive and fall into the trap of undercharging. Charging too little leads to taking on too many clients too quickly, resulting in you being overworked and potentially poor service quality. If you're converting more than 80% of your inquiries, it might mean you're brilliant at sales. But it might mean you're not charging enough as well. Some of you might be ignoring some hidden costs, leading to underestimating the true cost of delivering your service. This includes things like equipment maintenance, transportation, insurance, marketing, payroll costs, and admin time. Pricing too low without accounting for all your overhead costs eats into your profits, leaving you very little to reinvest in the business or to pay yourself. You should conduct a detailed analysis, ensuring all expenses are factored into your pricing. Then there's over-promising and under-delivering. Offering too many services or agreeing to tight deadlines without higher payment leads to stretching your resources thin, impacting both profitability and potentially service quality. So be clear about your service scope and ensure that your pricing reflects the time, effort, and value of the services you provide. Say no to clients who demand more for less. And then there's survival pricing. This is when you fall into the trap of setting price based on what you think clients can afford rather than what your services are truly worth. This survival pricing is a short-term approach that keeps you stuck in a cycle of barely making ends meet. It's when your rates cover only the bare minimum, enough to keep the business afloat, but not enough to grow, to invest in your team, or take a salary that reflects the value of your work. To really thrive, you need to move from pricing for survival to pricing for profit. This means ensuring your rates not only cover all your costs, but also generate a margin that allows for growth, hiring, and personal financial goals. So know your value. As a cleaning business owner, you provide more than just physical labor. You provide peace of mind, convenience, reliability, and expertise. Price your services accordingly. Communicate your value to clients. Clients are often willing to pay more when they understand the quality of service and the peace of mind they receive from hiring a professional. So be sure to highlight the benefits of your services in all your communications and increase your prices with confidence. If you've been underpricing your services, raising prices can feel intimidating. If you position the price increase as a reflection of the added value and quality you're delivering, clients will often accept the change surprisingly easily. Now, finally, let's cover preparing your business for long-term growth. I can't cover everything about growing a business in this presentation, as really this one is to set you on the path to healthy growth. But there are a few ground rules to keep in mind as you grow that you'll find helpful. We've covered the simplify, eliminate, automate, and delegate method to improving efficiency and freeing up your time to focus on the business. We've also covered a little on pricing for profit to give you enough margin to grow the business while still providing for your own life and family. And I've also covered some key performance indicators you can track on a monthly basis. So let's talk a little about boundaries and why sometimes we can end up like poor Katie, working all hours for little reward and ending up wondering why we started all this in the first place. One way to set boundaries is to have clear working hours and communicate them to clients and employees. Protect your personal time by not responding to business inquiries or staff questions outside these hours. I'm a really big fan of having a work mobile and a personal mobile, so I can leave my work mobile in my office drawer in the evenings and at weekends. Diarize your own personal time. Just as you diarize tasks in your business, create space for personal activities like family time, exercise, and hobbies. These breaks are essential for maintaining energy and focus, so put them in your diary like any other thing that's important to you. Learn to say no. Not every client or opportunity is worth your time. Practice saying no to low-value tasks or clients or team members who drain your energy without contributing significantly to your business. I often say that as your business grows, you need to grow too, or it will get bigger than you. And that will lead to overwhelm and burnout as quickly as not having good systems and processes in place. So I just want to share a few ideas on how shifting your mindset can make a big difference to having that all-important profit and that all-important lifestyle. A growth mindset is key to long-term success in business and life. It's the belief that you can always improve, learn, and grow no matter where you start. This mindset really opens the door to new opportunities and challenges because you believe that with effort and learning, you can overcome any obstacle. You should embrace challenges, see setbacks as opportunities to learn and improve rather than signs of failure. And if you focus on your progress by celebrating small wins and personal growth, that will help your long-term success as well. We should all be open to learning, to continuously seek knowledge through training, networking, and self-development. And don't fear the competition. Look for partnerships and ways to collaborate and support others. I'm so lucky to be part of the DCBN community of like-minded cleaning business owners who help and support each other on a daily basis. So share and collaborate. And of course, invest in your future. Instead of holding back resources, invest in your business, your staff, and yourself, and believe in your potential. Trust that new opportunities and clients will come when you focus on providing value and on growth. And learn to let go. Trust your team with responsibilities and empower them to make decisions. Accept that things may not be done exactly as you would, but that's okay. Focus on the big picture. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Focus on consistent improvement rather than trying to get everything right the first time. And you should embrace change. Let go of outdated practices or services that no longer serve your business and be open to new approaches. And you can learn from your mistakes. Every error is a chance to refine your approach and grow stronger. And allow yourself and your team the freedom to experiment, to try new things. Even if they don't always succeed, you will learn something from it. Running a business is demanding. And it's easy to burn out if you don't take time for self-care. To grow your business sustainably, you need to take care of your mental, emotional, and physical health. When you prioritize yourself, you can show up fully for your business and for your team. And that's it for my presentation. Hopefully, this will be a boost for you to really focus on profit and lifestyle and help you build a stronger business that provides a better life for you and yours. And remember, don't be like Katie. Thank you so much for watching, and feel free to reach out to me on my email address shown on this slide. Always happy to help, to answer questions about either cleaning business, one-to-one coaching, or how DCBN membership can help you build a stronger, more sustainable cleaning business and a great life. Enjoy the rest of the summit, and thank you for your time.